Hi and welcome back to Cheeky Crypto. Today guys, we're going to be diving down into the charts for Vechain to take a look at the price action of VET. Now as I get into this video, if you do find it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so you are going to be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. If you haven't yet joined us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and Discord, why not check it out? Links are in the description down below. I don't think you'll be disappointed by what you find there either. Right, let's jump on down into this technical analysis on VET to see what's been going on most recently here with Vechain. So we're just on the hourly chart, and I really want to kind of just focus in on this move, right? So from this low point up to this high point, the 32% move here for Vechain. I'm not sure what length of time that is. Let me just quickly check. From over here, this was the 13th of March up to the high point there. So about 10 days, 32%. It's not too bad. There's obviously better ones out there, but it has still performed quite well. And I really want to kind of just illustrate what's going on here with the bigger moves. Obviously, we have gone higher than this move up here, so we can rule out any more corrective moves going down lower based on these wave counts and all of that kind of good stuff. And obviously, there's a bigger ABC move here, taking us up towards this this range of about 6.4 cent. We spoke about this the other day. So for the most part, all that's looking pretty good. Now we want to dive down into this move. Now I have removed all of the wave counts I had on here, and I'm going to redraw them because I think things got a little bit clearer with this particular move here, right? So we can now see things a little bit differently, but obviously the wave counts make a little bit more sense. So I'm going to redraw them as I can see the data now, rather than trying to predict out where that was going. But this does have an interesting implication. So what we're going to do is we're just going to come back down to this low point down here. This is basically an impulsive move, and I've done all the measurements on this, but you can check it out by just going up to Vechain paired with USDT hourly chart Binance on TradingView, and you can replicate this. Essentially, we have wave one, a really small move here, a wave two with this double bottom, okay, and then we move up really nicely up here into a wave three, wave 4 and wave 5, okay? And then when you start diving into the sub wave counts, you've kind of got all the right waves in the right places. This one seems to make the most amount of sense. Then from here, essentially what we have is an A, B, C. Now this actually was a big A wave coming down, but essentially we created a bit of a double bottom, the C wave just dropping down a little bit lower than the A wave. Again, not an impulsive move. There isn't enough wave counts to kind of make it impulsive, and it is just a corrective action here, A, B, C, and we actually found good support around this area. Again, I had this marked up at about 4.9. We actually dropped down to 4.88. Okay, so very close. Then we come up into this most recent move just here, and again we have wave 1, wave 2 just here. We can see that wave 3, wave 4, and wave 5. And again we can then look at all the sub wave counts in here, and just to make sure you have wave 1, 2, 3 actually would be up there. So let me just redraw that as I missed that one. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 just there. And then again, you could dissect this again and see, but eventually it doesn't actually kind of count down because there's just too much noise going on this hourly chart. You'd have to go into smaller time frames to really see the moves. But essentially you get the idea, right? So what we've actually got here is a really important structure. Okay, so we've got 5 waves at the bottom just over here. Okay, we then got a 3-wave move just up here, this ABC, this small C wave just there. Okay, so we have a 3 move, and then we have an additional 5 waves just here. Okay, so far what we've got is a 5, 3, 5. Okay, and that's 5 impulsive moves up, 3 corrective, and 5 impulsive. So what's going to happen next? Well, is going to be the most likely outcome, A, B, C down. And you can start to see at the point of recording this, we're already seeing the move. Okay, so we're looking for some kind of A, B, C correction. We've got to lower the stochastic RSI, the momentum behind the price here, from overbought to oversold. Okay, so we're looking to bring this down. We have no clear targets, but we can use some of these candles to give us a bit of an idea as to where we think things might actually land. So when we start thinking about corrective plays here in terms of the ABC, I think what we're going to look for is probably a bounce from here. We'll push up, and then we'll probably come back down towards about 5.4. 5.4 seems to be a good area of both support and resistance. So this could be the area that we actually finish this move on. But again, we'll be watching that stochastic RSI to see how quickly that momentum of the price gets wiped out. Okay, after this, what we're then hoping to kind of see here is to finish the move, right? Which would be 5 impulsive moves again. A wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. and the final fifth wave should reach this C wave hist here, okay? So effectively 6.4 cent, okay? That's kind of what we're kind of thinking for this particular structure. It'd be great if it could go more, but that's the kind of minimum requirement that I'm looking for here in terms of this structure. From that point, I would be expecting some kind of larger corrective play, okay? And again, I'm expecting this one to be deep, and I want this to be deep for a couple of different reasons, okay? So we want to see some kind of corrective play that lowers our 4-hourly stochastic RSI, our 8-hourly stochastic, our daily stochastic RSI. The weekly is actually in a really good spot. So why do I want such a deep correction? Well, I think that there's an optional scenario playing out here where this actually is not an ABC move, okay? So we had good structure come up, we pulled back down, and now we're actually starting some kind of impulsive move. Now, the reason that I want this to be really deep is on our weekly chart, all of this move, this 32%, could be a wave 1. Wave 2 is actually a relatively deep wave, right? It's normally something that retraces quite deeply, as you can see that I've drawn up here. And this is probably the exceptional wave here. But for the most part, you're normally expecting a relatively deep correction. So, you know, we want to be kind of in and around this kind of range, right? So we're talking about 5 cent, maybe 4.9, somewhere in there, right? We want some kind of deep corrective play with a wave 2. And then what I want to do is I want to see a really good, strong, impulsive move again with a wave 4, a wave 3, to then allow us to go up into you know, a really good, strong play. Okay, now this on our daily chart would be basically a really good way to kind of usher in you know, the weekly chart. So I actually incorrectly said on the weekly chart here, but the weekly chart would actually be some slightly different structure. But what I'm talking about is this play. Okay, so essentially this entire move, if I grab hold of that again, this becomes wave 1. We then have some kind of deep corrective move for wave 2, really good wave 3, pull back for wave 4, and a good wave 5. Now, all of that on the weekly chart would be a 1 wave, okay? And then we'd come down for a wave 2, and then we have that wave 3 and 4 and 5, right? So this is where we then talk about, you know, moving up into new all-time highs, and obviously our expectations on where we think, you know, the VeChain is going to go afterwards, right? So that's the kind of the weekly play here. So the importance of what's going on the hourly chart is that little 1 wave right in there. Okay, we pull back down next in terms of this ABC move. Okay, so after we finish the final 5 waves up, big pullback, and then go up into a really good wave 3, pull back, go up into wave 5. That all of that is wave 1 on this weekly chart. So this little move here on the daily chart is basically then multiplied out. Okay, that makes wave 1. Then we have the corrective play for wave 2. Everyone thinks, you know, we're going back down again. Then we go up into a fantastic wave 3, which I think will challenge the previous all-time high. Okay, then we pull back down into the 4th wave. And then we go ahead and, you know, we absolutely smash that final 5th wave, which, you know, we have lots of targets for, you know, $1, $1.20, 76 cents, whatever that may be. And too soon to really know how bad the impulsive move is, because wave 3 usually is the longest wave, so, and that could be, you know, really, really good kind of a move upwards. So things to kind of watch out for VeChain, right? So I don't want to speculate too much over everything that is going on, but if I come back down into our hourly chart here and just expand this up and bring this back down, obviously there's a lot of noise here now, so I'm just going to quickly remove some of this off the charts and just remove it. So what we want to focus in on right now in the kind of the very near future is this short ABC move, this last impulsive move. After this impulsive move here, I would expect something of significance. It's notable on the hourly chart, right? You know, maybe 20% or whatever. But actually then we get another huge explosive move to the upside for the large wave 3. Okay, and if I actually just show you one thing, guys, if I show you on our not on the VeChain chart per se, because it hasn't really had it, but if I did come over to something like Cardano, essentially, what you've got here for Cardano is wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4 coming down over there, and then wave 5, right? So you're looking at this kind of move for VeChain, right? We're looking for that explosive gains to be made on VeChain, right? So if I bring VeChain's chart back up here for a sec, you know, what we're talking about is a really explosive move to the upside on VET. So for the most part, you know, we are looking at this completed move, or this move completing, I should say. We pull back down, we then look for that wave 3, that wave 3 being the largest and the overextended wave out of the entire pattern. So again, we should start to see a pretty explosive wave 1 at that point, okay? And then we just really, really rally up nice and strongly there. So just kind of want to put it out there, some interesting things, but do expect some volatility. We're going to pull down on this micro scale, then we're probably going to surge right up again, take out the 6.4 and then crash all the way back down. Really, you know, stressing people out, specifically retail investors. But these are the patterns, these are the structures, and these are the foundations of moving up into new all-time highs. And that is what we're witnessing right now. Guys, I'm going to leave the video there. If you have found it useful and informative, hit the like button. I really do appreciate that. If you happen to be new to the channel, why not go ahead and subscribe, tap the bell, select all notifications, and in doing so, you will be kept up to date with everything that we do here at Cheeky Crypto. With all that said, done and out of the way, I hope everyone has a fantastic day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.